So Ronan and me are out by our treehouse. We're gonna do some renovations to it. It's about 5 years old. It's the first thing I built when we got to the homestead, actually, to the farm. And some of the railings need to be replaced. I also used some old wood from a salvage house that's kind of rotted. So we got some work to do. But the stairs are brand new. The stairs are good. But what I gotta do, there's actually a hornet's nest up on the outside corner. So I'm gonna show you the hornet's nest. And then we're gonna try to knock it over with this paint roller. I don't got any spray on me. I kind of got rid of a lot of that stuff recently. We're just gonna knock it over and run like heck, right, Ro? Mm-hmm. Okay, so first let me show you the hornet's nest. As you can see, this floor is broken. Put that chair there so nobody falls through. But there's our nice deck, actually.
I have a bird living in my treehouse, but we're not getting rid of her. She's cute.
Okay, there's even a bird's nest in there.
I'll show them.
Okay.
She might not be home right now.
Let's see if you can show the eggs to them.
This is quality footage right here. Quality.
Okay, let's show them the wasp nest now.
Wasp nest is not so cute. Okay, so let me tell you something else. So yesterday, it was just like the little ball part, and then today they added that little tube bay on the end.
That's the hornet's nest that I'm apparently going to knock down and run. Great. Here's our tool of devastation, the old paint roller. Ro's going to film me. I hope I don't get attacked. Ro, you filming?
Yep. I'm filming all right. Oh my God.
I actually don't even have to get close to it.
Anything coming out?
No. Really nothing's coming out.
That doesn't mean take your sweet time. Jasper, move!
That was anticlimactic. Okay.
Jasper, don't snip it.
That was it. I think they left the place. They didn't like the home or something. Well, yesterday there were wasps in it.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
And they just built that little tube bit on the end.
Okay, I guess they left. Sorry, that was not exciting as we thought it was going to be. But wasp nest is gone, and that's a good thing. Hey everybody, welcome back to Whistle Thicket. Roan and me are going...
And Jasper.
And Silo. And Rowan thinks that our cat Jasper is going to follow us, and he might. We're going to camp at the very top of our property. Me, Rowan, and Silo, and Jasper the white cat might follow us. Rowan has camped out on the property before, but we're going to the very top of our property. We're at about 2,800 feet or so is where our house is. And the very top of the ridge is about 3,300 feet. So it's 500 feet elevation or so, something like that. Our property gets pretty steep pretty quick. We have about 20 acres. There is a trail that goes to the top for the most part. It's an old logging road.
It hasn't been used in a long time.
Yeah, it's too steep for horses. We hike up there sometimes, and like one day we'd like to have a better trail system. But we're gonna hike to the very top. We already ate dinner. We're gonna have some s'mores at the top, and
I brought Silo and Jasper.
Silo and books to read, and have a fire hopefully. I guess let's get to hiking. It's about a mile to the top actually. So ready, hun? A little overgrown in the summer, huh? So we've been hiking maybe 20 minutes and we're tired. Bro, are you tired?
Okay, but this hill is so steep.
It is very steep. Very steep hill. Steep, steep, steep. I think the only one that's not tired is Silo. We did bring him some water that I'll get at camp. I don't know if we're going to the top. There's another spot about halfway up, and it is getting dark. It's already 7:30.
We're thinking of going up to the middle. I mean, a little bit more than the middle, and then setting camp. And then in the morning, we'll walk up to the top just to be able to like say we did it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to the top. A couple months. So yeah, we're gonna keep going, and I hope we get our tent set up before dark and get our fire going, because we want some s'mores, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
I know, I want some s'mores. I brought enough to make 6 of them.
I used
so
to not like s'mores, but now I do. I love s'mores. They're so good.
I've always liked s'mores. So we're gonna keep on hiking.
Did I kill him?
So Rona and I did not make it to the very top. That's way up there a ways, but it's getting dark. I think we'll go up there in the morning to check it out. But Ro, what did you find, kid?
I was trying to get a rock for me to sit down at by the campfires for sitting on to make s'mores, and I found this little guy living under there.
That's actually, I think, a different kind of salamander. I don't know
He's pretty
my
cute.
species of salamanders as well as I should, but I think that's a different species than we've ever seen, because he's way up here where it's dry. So he's in a different habitat than the creek. So that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna put him back where
And there's our little tent and our fire's in front of it. We're gonna roast our s'mores. In the morning, we're taking our rough trail up to the top. It's only maybe another 10 minutes, but we don't want to set up our tent in the dark. The bottom part of it's better to light. Cool.
my first time ever doing this. Alright, let's get some s'mores out.
Well, it's gonna be a couple minutes. Let's let it get going. That's not a bad little fire, huh?
They grew up so fast.
I'm gonna let this die down for a sec, and then we'll have our s'mores. It'll be falling pretty soon.
Right
Melting our chocolate. It's not time to melt our chocolate. And we'll bring Silo over, but he seems to be good. Here's where we are. About 2/3 of the way up our property.
I think this is gonna fall on me.
Well, it's gonna fall in a minute. It's gonna fall on you because we're far enough away. It's about 8 o'clock or so. There are some bugs out, but it's not too bad.
We're not over here anymore because we have the fire.
Oh, that was cool. We found that salamander, huh? The perfect marshmallow. You like yours burnt, don't you?
No, I like them toasted.
No, toasted, but not burnt. Okay.
I like them a little brown, a light brown.
Here's a nice mayapple patch. Never had a mayapple. Apparently the whole plant is basically poisonous, but there's a small period of time, I think in July, that you can eat the fruit of the mayapple. So those are all mayaples here. I'm gonna do more research and see about how edible the May apples are. I think part of the problem is being able to get to them because animals take them so often and so quickly. There's Rose setting up, or not setting up, cleaning up camp. We're about to head home. Pretty steep though, huh? Steep. Very steep. That's why we didn't hike all the way to the top, because it was getting dark. We would love to have something at the very top though, maybe a tent platform at least, or a little screened in porch or cabin or something. That'll be a lot of work to get it up here though. But you know, dreams, right? Our property was logged about 30 years ago. Not necessarily the whole property, but the previous owners. I got some money for some logging, but they didn't get all the big trees, and pretty cool up here actually. Bro, this is where we need to camp next time. Proof of a nice sized logging tree. There's another old stump. And here's the top of our property. This is the boundary fence. On the other side are our neighbors. That's their ridge. Well, this is our ridge and their ridge. We're at the very top. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We made it to the very top of our property, which is pretty cool. We only come up here every now and then, but it's always fun to make the journey to the very top. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you do, check out more videos, share, subscribe, say hello to us in the comments. Have a great day. It really is cool to see how the vegetation changes from about 2,800 feet to, I think we're at around 3,300 feet. There are a lot of maples. Most of these big trees you see behind me are maple trees. I did make some walnut syrup, which is awesome, and I'm gonna do that again. There was a way I could get up here easily to harvest some maple syrup. That would be quite the endeavor. But it is really neat to see how the tree species have changed in just about 500 feet of elevation. Literally, almost every tree we're passing is a maple. And we do have a few maples at the bottom, but they're not big for the most part. But the maples dominate our ridgeline, which is pretty cool. So we just got back from our overnight camping trip on the top of the mountain. Rowan just let out a scream because she saw this guy.
I almost stepped on it.
She almost stepped on this black rat. We have a grandma black rat snake that lives in our barn that's like 6 feet long, and this must be one of her babies. I mean, I'd say
Your
the snake's
babies?
like, well, oh, I'm sneezing.
Can I touch it?
I'd say the snake. Okay, just touch the tail.
She is a tail.
Okay, go ahead. Just the tail, but so don't get any closer or she's gonna whip back and bite you. So this is probably offspring from our gigantic 6-foot snake, and
She was hoping to get rid of the barn mice, I hope.
yeah, I mean, you know, we're not gonna bother the snake, just let her be. If the donkey sees this snake, the donkey may not like it, but
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
bad.
there she goes.
Pull her self off that stick.